I don't know how I'm going to do
It
this
is. It's
now.
pretty big.
Is there something to be said for less rockets?
I don't know. Because you still need to get up there. You still need delta
Yeah.
V. Or how about the liquid fuel stage? Maybe that doesn't have to be right underneath it. Maybe you can have the big thing in the middle, a ring of liquid fuel, and then a ring of boosters.
That's less delta V, but not a whole lot less.
Yeah.
Do what?
Like the issue where when you drop the boosters, then you have like this thing that gets thick and
real
then thin.
big, heavy thing up
So
there.
if you get the liquid fuel off of the bottom and just have like the big thing, then a ring of liquid fuel boosters, then a ring of solid fuel boosters. And then you don't have the problem with aerodynamics of it tapering off and having this big thing in the middle of it.
So you're saying I put stuff right here?
Well, actually, yeah, you could fit them in between. I was even considering having the solid ones on the outside of the liquid ones. But sure, you could also, because you're just doing 4, you could just have alternating and just turn first the solid on, get rid of them, and then the liquid on, get rid of them.
What? I wonder if there's somebody like that's watching this later. Just like, you idiots!
Oh, yeah, probably.
Just do this.
I mean, they're probably saying just fly by the moon, because just going near the moon and doing all that will get you a bunch of science, and then we'll make things like this easier.
Let's just alright. Alright, next time we'll scrap this probably because...
Yeah, sure, let's do next time.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wanted to do this. How do I just scrap it?
Just click new in the top right.
That?
Yeah, now you say save or whatever.
Okay. Okay, so... Next... Now, okay. Alright. We need the crew command pod. That's a must.
Yes.
We need parachute on top. It's a must. We need
the engineering computer thing.
the engineering flight unit. We don't need 4 of them. Just put one of them right there over their logo. Is it aerodynamics? Yep. We need that.
Alright, so we got the basics.
You know, if we're gonna orbit the moon, shouldn't we bring
Oh, that's true.
a science junior?
Yeah.
And
So, for the goo, try putting a service bay on there and hiding the goo in the service bay, because it blew up on one of those re-entries, and that's exactly the kind of thing the service bays are there for.
is it under utility?
Probably, yeah, there it is. So you click on that, then right-click it and say open, and now you can probably get the goo in there on the floor. You might have to use the WASD to rotate it around, but you can get it in there.
How do you set it? That's on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, zooming in might also help. So get it somewhere where it's attached, and then just start rotating it, is what I would say.
How do you...
So click on it to have it highlighted again, and then WASD until you can get it. There you go. Boom.
Okay. And then we can right-click on this, and we can close it.
Yeah, and now it's safe.
Now, my other question I was going to have is... Click the middle mouse. How do you know how much it can take in landing? Like, could this take more of an impact than this?
So that's over here. They give you the information in the parts list. So if you go over the Science Junior, over here in the whole list, it says crash tolerance 6 meters per second.
Okay, and the other one was under...
Utility.
That's
14.
more.
Okay, yeah.
So we do this. Oh, and we take off...
Man, 14, that's actually quite... You haven't put
Oh,
the
it's
heat
over
shield
here.
on, yeah.
And the heat shield goes there.
Yep.
Okay, we got that set. We got a parachute. Do you think I should put, like, any radials on it, just in case?
You can put them there just in case.
It's not going to add too much. It shouldn't add any drag, really.
No, I don't think the
I'll
drag
just
will
put
be...
2 of them on, and we'll put them on this.
Yeah.
Should be able to handle the stress of them popping. Or we could even... What do you think? They'll burn up, probably, if they're up there on the exit.
I don't know.
We'll just put them there.
Yeah.
They'll be safe there.
So now we need all the Delta V.
Honestly, it's probably going to land on the capsule now, too, that I did that, because that's what it did last time. And that's got the same crash tolerance, so whether it lands there or it lands there,
it's good.
Same crash tolerance. Okay, now we need the Delta V. This is where we go. First I do the fuel tanks, because we're going to put... you know what? No, first...
Oh, the coupler.
We put a decoupler. And then we put some fuel tanks, right? Now, if we're orbiting the moon, am I going to need, like, another rocket? Or do I just have to save the fuel from this one once I get over there to, like, boost out of it? Or am I just slingshotting? How does that work? You've done this.
So, if you just slingshot, then, like... Because we're just doing a flyby, is what I...
Yeah.
If we're just doing a flyby, then you could conceivably just slingshot and be fine. And then you wouldn't really need to... But even if you slingshot, you might not necessarily just get thrown back to Kerbal. You'd still be in an orbit that you need to fix.
Yeah.
So I would prepare yourself to be burning something when you're at the moon. And whether you want a stage entirely for that... Because, like, regardless of what it is, I do the top middle one. In the engine. Oh, in the engine. The top middle one right there is small, but it's very fuel efficient. So when you're already in space and you don't have to worry about aerodynamics or anything,
okay.
Like that's the one to go to for right now.
I'm still going to need 2 of those, probably. Because we needed 2 of them to get...
We do need... I don't remember what we used to get to orbit before. But yeah.
Engines. That goes there, and then we put another... decoupler, and then really if we just want to set the engines on something, I can just put some fuselage right here, and that shouldn't add too much, and I can attach the engines there.
Sure.
Or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, or you can just attach them to the body up here.
Yeah, as I've got all those fuel tanks, and we have those the fucking side, the radial decouplers. Was 4 enough?
I don't remember. As, like, the thrust to weight ratio, like, changes the Delta V required, but I would generally say, like, 4,000 to 5,000 Delta V to get in orbit. And if you want to do anything past that, that's additional Delta V.
That's 5,000.
So that's probably enough to get into orbit in Kerbal.
What if we do this? Is that going to fuck us up? That doesn't add much.
It doesn't add much. What it adds is TWR. It adds thrust when you're down here. So even though the Delta V doesn't change much, with more thrust, you will need less Delta V to get up there. So that's like a weird gray area kind of thing, where they're helping, but it's hard to tell by how much.
What did that do for us?
The aerodynamic cones usually don't show up in the numbers. Those are just something that happens when you're actually doing it. So one thing I will suggest is, if we want more Delta V, is try doing this ring setup, but get like 6 fuel tanks and 6 liquid engines, and then put the boosters on those.
6 fuel tanks and 6?
Yeah, 6 liquid engines, so it'll be the center column, then a ring of liquid boosters, then a ring of solid boosters. And see what the Delta V numbers look like when you do that.
You mean put more fuel tanks in here?
No, so put that body back on. Put it on, like, get radial decouplers on the thing.
They're on here already.
Well, get more ones, because I'm suggesting 2 rings.
2 rings?
Yeah. So just so you can see what I'm talking about, just put some radial decouplers on there.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so yeah, put them like right there. Now go put fuel tanks on each of those decouplers. And then you can put an engine on each of those fuel tanks, and now you have a ring of liquid boosters. So you can have a ring of liquid boosters, and then a ring of solid boosters, either outside of that, or on the same level, alternating.
That?
Sure, and you could put more fuel or less fuel or different engines, because these would be for establishing the orbit, and then you'd be left with the middle body for actually doing the space shit afterwards. But then you would put solid boosters outside of this. Either outside of it or in between them.
Or this is where I could add the, This is where I could add that. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, just to see what the Delta V thinks about that.
Now, another thing I was thinking is, since that one's a fuel-efficient one in here, what if we do one that has more...
more thrust?
More thrust.
Yeah, because you're establishing an orbit, that is a thing you could do.
Because that's like no thrust.
Yes. The T-45 can control itself better than the T-30.
Swivel?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah, symmetry.
That doesn't add that much.
No, so the when you put on the more thrust ones, it'll show less delta V, and it's just that you have more thrust, so you can like change the orbit in a shorter time window.
Okay, what if we go back to your original? This is the one.
Yeah, those three.
That's a lot more.
Oh, okay, that did actually add quite a bit. Yes.
All right, everybody, we're set up. You had a fun time watching us get set up. Now you're gonna have a fun time watching. Sure.
Oh, sure. You didn't name it anything, so.
What happened?
You clicked after you clicked.
I did
If
not.
you click somewhere and press Control Z, Control Z works in this editor. There you go.
Oh, whoops! I did it twice. Wait, can I just get rid of these now?
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta double check
Yeah,
this.
because it might have Control Z
God
something.
damn it!
Yeah, you Control Z that. Press Control Y. See if Control Y works in this editor. It did. All of your staging changed, and so it might be after the changes now.
Goes away. That rocket goes. It decouples. Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay, save it. You know what? We'll title it. Moon, maybe? Oh, no question marks.
No special characters.
That's alright. You can just infer that there's a question mark there. Like, maybe?
Or even a statement. Moon, maybe.
Okay. Launch. T. Z. Space?
Jeb's thinking of... Oh, no, he's happy.
Yeah, he's always happy. That's why Jeb's my man. Although, this isn't looking promising with the sideways going. This isn't looking promising with the sideways going. Shit. 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 God damn it.
Well, you're almost at a solid, and then once you're on the liquid, it'll be a bit easier to control.
It might be okay. Fuck. Damn it.
Oh, spacebar.
We gotta make it more aerodynamic.
You gotta do something.
Okay.
Maybe if you try to have it where they're more alternating and less spaced out.
Where they're more alternating?
Yeah, where it's more... They're more right next to each other.
These are down?
Yeah, something like that. Because maybe the air is upset about that kind of business.
Like that.
And then one other thing I might say is I might put fins on the liquid ones, because it looks like you're still going to be in the air.
Just have fucking 6 fins?
Yeah, maybe. The only thing I'm worried about with that is that you're going to have fins at different heights. And I wonder if that will upset it.
And that's good. Okay. Do we have time to start another one?
Yeah, just start it.
Okay.
I'll cut some of it out.
Launch. the getting like into it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna fucking stare at it. Here we go! Oh, that didn't look good to start. It's never good when it doesn't look good to start. Maybe the structural supports weren't good. Jeb, you're never gonna die. I'll scrap anything that you die in. This isn't going good. Is it just too many rockets?
No, I'm honestly not sure what it is.
Is it too many fins?
It could be aerodynamics related.
Fuck! Can't do anything right now. Nah, we're fucked.
Yeah, it's not gonna get up. Huh. I mean, just to play around in here, in the bottom left, there's a center of mass button. Like the top one, center of mass. Is that in a weird place? If you look at it from the top, is it in any direction too much?
I don't know, is that straight on?
I don't know. Because I'm not sure what would make it lopsided, because the parachutes are symmetrical, the engineering computer weighs basically nothing, the goo I think is in the center of the service bay.
So the only thing is the rockets, like these rockets.
So also click on, right below center of mass over here is center of thrust. And so if you look at it from the top, or is it the center of thrust right below that? I guess that's hard to see.
It looks like it.
Okay. I don't know then, I guess it has to be aerodynamics. I wonder if part of the problem is using 3 instead of 4, because with 4 you have a rocket on every side opposing.
Yeah.
And with 3 maybe it's easier to start spinning and going sideways or whatever. And I'm also wondering about because I think I've done it before, where you have the same thing where you have the solid stage and then a liquid stage and then the final stage. What if you have the ring of the liquid rockets and then you just have decouplers and the solid rockets below them? So there's one set of radials.
Oh, like they're attached?
Yeah, so there's one set of radials, the liquids are on the radials, and then the solids are right below them. And that's a situation where you'd use those struts that we were looking at in structure, so then everything doesn't wiggle around too much.
So you're saying you do this?
Yeah. And then decouplers on the bottom of those.
Up in space.
Yep. So next time, we're gonna launch this, and we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do it.